Hey now, good morning everybody. No, I didn't disappear. I'm here right now, alive and well, but we'll see what this day brings. These days bring. Oh, look at this cool rock. Check this out. Anyways, how y'all doing? First of all, as you could probably tell, I haven't been on the channel for a while. After the trail, kind of went through some stuff, and life just got busy, and wasn't able to hike much, other than a couple, day walks here. A one-nighter there. Nothing too extravagant or crazy. So, as some of you know, when I was on the trail, my dog was pretty sick, and they didn't give her much time. Well, she's still kicking, but she's been taking up a lot of our time. So, haven't been able to do a whole lot. My wife was pretty much a slave to the dog and doing things at the house while I was on trail, and it's kind of hard to say, hey, I'm going again. So I know she would like to try and dabble in this craziness out here, but just can't right now with the dog. So we're just trying to make her comfortable until she doesn't have a good quality of life. But other than that, we're back on trail. So I have decided I'm going to do the Black Forest Trail. It's been on my radar for a while. Watched a lot of videos on it. Watched a lot of gear videos. I'm trying to stay away from the gear stuff, but I just get drawn back to it. I don't have a lot of fancy gear, but I do like to hike. So along the way and doing some of the things that I do, I will explain what I got and what works for me. Always dabbling though. Something better comes along, I'm all over it. Check this out. The initial climb was up a pretty steep incline, and then walking along the top now. But anyway, as I was saying, don't want to run my jaws too much on here, but just wanted to say, hey, I appreciate all the support I had on the AT, and I love y'all. It's not what I intended to do with YouTube. I wanted to keep it going and, do some hikes and some reviews and, just like a redneck review. Tell you exactly how it is. But anyway, hopefully you can get a couple more videos out here and there. I did go to trail days a year after I did the trail, and I did go to trail days this year. We helped out a lot of hikers. Stayed with Faye and Derwin, and we made like 100, I think it was 100 pizzas for hikers. Turned out really good, and Faye and Derwin are just awesome people. So other than that, other than just a couple hikes here and there, I really haven't been doing much. Working part-time. I work for a buddy of mine that has an auction company, so that's a couple of days a month, and then I work Thursdays and Fridays at the Mannheim Auto Auction, moving cars around. That's pretty cool. Can't talk bad about that, because I drive some really neat stuff. But other than that, just busy with doing stuff around the house. My daughter's getting ready to get married. Lots going on this year, so hiking has been taking the back seat. But other than that, that's about it. Quick synopsis of what's been going on. So let's get back to what we all love and do some hiking. They say this is the hardest trail in PA. I've done the Loyal Sock twice, Old Loggers Path twice, Mason-Dixon Trail. Done a lot of trails, but never did this one. And a real good friend of mine has a camp up here, and we stayed there, and it was right by the trail. I mean, literally right by the trail. So we spent a couple of days just looking at the trail, wondering, gee, I'd like to be up there hiking. But I said I will be back. Here I am. I think 42 point something or another is the official mileage. Everybody says it's a lot longer than that. I don't really have anything to measure that other than my phone. Half the time that doesn't work. So I'm gonna give her a shot. Left the house at 6 o'clock this morning. Got to the trailhead at 9. Changed in the parking lot like Batman in the phone booth. Got my gear on and up the mountain we went. So supposed to be some fantastic views. So instead of me, John, let's check some of them out. Once I come to something that's pretty cool to check out, we will get it on video. It's been a while since I did this. I tried to go back and look at some of my other videos, and I was like, man, I just can't watch myself on video. I think the master of this is Hawk Mains, the Hawkster, and some of the other ones that they just do a really good job at showing the trail. But anyway, on that note, congrats to Hawk on his 8th through hike of the AT. It's pretty amazing. All right, I'm gonna shut her down here until I come across something that's a little bit more ooh, ah. But plan on doing this in 3 days. It's over 8,000 feet elevation gain, and I definitely don't have my trail legs, so I'm gonna see how far we can get. I have like a day leeway just in case. Really all depends how far I get today, and then try and bust out 15 miles the next 2 days, and then I should be in good shape. But we're not going to rush it because I want to enjoy this. Right now it's beautiful. My only concern is it's getting down in the 40s, and I brought my 40 quilt, which is not that warm, so it could be a chilly night, which I'd rather be chilly than sweating, which there's no shortage of that right now. So anyway, I'm done chewing your ear off. I'm gonna put this away before I lose my air. We'll talk to you in a bit. These blazes are orange. Hopefully it's well blazed. I did part of this about 3-4 years ago. I guess it'd be 4 years ago. And I actually got lost. Not too far though. All trails got me back on track. But it was pretty overgrown. So short of bringing a machete, I planned for it being overgrown. Yes, it's cold out. Or cool, I should say cool. And I'm wearing shorts. But I brought some calf sleeves just in case I run into some stinging nettle or something. And since I'm doing this solo, there's a high concentration of bear and rattlesnakes, they say, which they don't bother me, but shit can go sideways quick. And with my luck, it goes sideways quicker sometimes. So I figure I better have an SOS just in case. So I had to reactivate my GPS last night. And that was all involved because they changed all kinds of stuff with the InReach Mini. And like right here, guess the trail goes that way. So I had to get that all set up. So close to bedtime, I was still messing around with that. But we should be good to go in case I need extraction. I'm not anticipating that, but it's a good safety net to have in place. Sorry if I'm breathing heavy, and I know it's annoying. I can't stand watching it. But round is a shape, so I am in shape. I just don't have my hiking legs. I do hike quite a bit, but not worthy of going up mountains like this. So anyway, let's go see what we got. Ooh, looky here. What's we got here? Ooh. Let me look around for any nope ropes. Beautiful. This is exactly why I do what I do. I could sit here with a cooler of drinks, maybe a cigar, and a comfortable chair, and a little fire. Yeah, this is prime rattlesnake area. Good thing it's cool out. But man, what a view. That's right off the bat. All right, let's go find some more. This is where we came from. And this is the way we're going. And this is why I can't get any big miles in, because man, I just come across some neat stuff. Going down the trail and boom, huge rock wall. So cool. Little campsite right there. Man, is this a neat area. I can tell in the first half hour of this trail I'm going to love it. Been seeing a lot of these little swales too. These little ditches that got a little flat spot in them. Are perfect for camping in the wind. I am tenting it. I brought my Gossamer Gear 1 tent. That's a neat wall. I did make a tarp. I made I had some extra Norandex. It's like Tyvek, except it's not. Same thing, only different. There's trails split off this thing everywhere. But it's very similar to Tyvek. So I made a tarp. It's a 9x8, and I put some grommets on it. Put some guy lines, and I'm gonna try doing some tarp tent camping. But I didn't want to do it on this trip. If it was raining, I would have brought it along to put over my tent, because the one is somewhat water resistant, but when that steel nylon gets wet, it sags, and water will eventually seep through it. So that's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. My bag is about 32 pounds. I added some water, made it around 34. So total load out right around 34 pounds. I'm probably carrying more water than I need to be, and an extra day of food just in case. But other than that, I'm bare bones for me. My bag was 50 most of the time on the trail, but that wears you down. All right, done yakking. Talk to you soon. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in my little update was health reasons have kept me off the trail too. But I never did recover from my plantar fasciitis that I developed, nor my sleep apnea that I developed while on the trail. So sleep probably isn't going to be the best out here. We're going to give it a shot. I don't have a CPAP or anything. My feet feel really good right now. My knees are a little sore, but that's to be expected. You're always feeling a little something when you're out here. One part of your knee will hurt going up, a different part will hurt going down. It's just the way it is. But yeah, when I got home, I developed a really bad fever last Labor Day, and I decided to go to the mountains camping anyway with some family members. Ended up, my daughter got engaged that weekend. That night, I felt terrible. I said, I gotta go to the emergency room. I don't go to the hospital unless it's bad, and I felt it was bad. We got in there, they asked for my address. I told them my address that I had 30 years ago. My wife says, you know what you just told them? I said, yeah, my address. He said, no, something's wrong with you. I said, well, I know, that's why we're here. So, long story short, they gave me every test there was. Gave me a spinal tap or lumbar puncture again. And said, I think you might have a bacterial infection or something going on. We're sending your stuff off to the disease center and transferring you to the hospital. So there I was, about midnight, getting shipped to a different hospital. Stayed there for 3 days. And it turns out it was from a damn tick. Again. So I had Lyme disease twice when I was on the AT in 23. Last year they're thinking it was Rocky Mountain spotted fever or something similar from a tick. So those bastards could do some damage. So needless to say, everything I got is sprayed down. So that being said, I like the outdoors. I'm out in the sun, and my face and my neck, and I am just getting like really red. And I thought, you know, I'm just a redneck, fair skinned. Part of the sun doing its damage. But here, I was breaking out in bad rashes. So I went to the doctor, they couldn't figure it out. Went to a different doctor, they couldn't figure it out. Nobody could figure it out. So I went to a dermatologist, and they punched a hole in my skin, sent it away to get tested, stitched me up. And when they punched that hole, it's like a hole puncher. They couldn't get to stop bleeding. They put 2 stitches in there. It bled like crazy for a whole day. Anyway, they sent it away, came back. Yeah, we found the problem. Good. What is it? You're allergic to the sun. Did you ever hear that? Well, it turns out my immune system is so pissed off at me from all those antibiotics. It said, okay, now it's time for us to play. You are now going to have a reaction to the sun. So, anytime I'm in direct sunlight, driving a car, going to get the mail, anything, it will create a massive rash from hell. Poison ivy times 10. Itch, painful, all the above. Sorry, I'm breathing hard. I'm climbing this big hill. It's where we're going, straight. Pretty, not too steep, but it doesn't end. That's where we came from. Anyway, poison to the 10th power. Taking some over-the-counter stuff for like Benadryl and Allegra, stuff like that, to try and knock it down. Plenty of sun lotion. We get out of the sun. And some HelioCare, which is a fern extract, which is supposed to protect your skin from the inside out. So far, doing all this, it has kept it in check. I've had little flare-ups, but nothing major. So, I'm not wearing sun lotion right now, but I did bring it. We're getting some open spots that's going on. Hence my sun shirt. I have leg sleeves if I need them. But yeah, it's not really allergic to the sun. It's more like a reaction from the sun because of my immune system. But in essence, you can get the picture. I guess it's not as rare as I thought it was, but I never heard of it before. Doctor said his mom had it for about 3 years and it went away. I said, I'll take 3 days and from then it can go away. But anyway, sorry for holding you up there. But that's another reason why I haven't been doing a lot of hiking, is some health issues. My feet have been really bothering me lately. But like I say, right now, knock on wood, they feel pretty good. But I guess if you do 2,200 miles, you're going to have some kind of ailments. All right, let's go get this incline done with. Got a little view through the trees. That's why I like hiking when the leaves are down, so you'd have a good view. But beautiful out here. Still climbing this incline. All for the low price of free. You can come out here and do this. But wait, there's more. Hey now, sitting here putting eye drops in. I forgot to do that this morning. And I'm always looking in the sky. I should probably keep my head down more than I do. But putting my eye drops in, I said, man, that's a cool view. Pretty neat. I'm very easily entertained, as you can see. I just love being out here. Start of the trail pretty much went immediately up. Turned a corner and then a slow, gradual, constant incline. It leveled off a little bit here. But as you can see to the neighboring mountain, we're not near the top yet. But this whole trail, not much different than the AT. Up and over mountains. You can go on all trails and look at it. You're just going up and over mountains, across a stream, across a logging road, up and over mountains. I said, yep, that's got my name written on it. The parking lot had quite a few cars in it. I'm suspecting the ones that are out here hiking probably left a lot earlier in the weekend. I had to work, and then I had a little picnic yesterday with some friends. So I said, I'm just gonna go early Sunday morning. Tried to do this last week, but I was trying to jam it in 3 days with 6 hours of travel. I think that was just a little bit too much. no room for error. And going into a trail I don't know, I didn't think that was a very good idea. All right, we get a better shot at the trail. I'll be back. Glad I wasn't around when this wasp nest came flying down. Yikes. Got a little opening up here. Maybe we'll get a view. Oh, looks like a tent up here. Stranger danger. Hey now, wanted to get a better shot of that valley, but there was like 3, 4, 5 hikers there, 3 tents. They were just getting motivated for the day. They just hiked up there last night and they're gonna hike down in and then turn around and go back. But yeah, what a great view that was. But right after I showed you that hornet's nest, something got me on the back of the calf. I think I got stung. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that because I'm allergic to bee stings. And I didn't bring anything. So stay tuned. Hopefully that's not it, but something definitely tore into the back of my leg. But anyway, they had a dog. It came running. As soon as it saw me, it acted like it wanted to take my leg off. It was just friendly. All right, big incline. That's where we came from. Whew. Talk to you in a bit. Alrighty. So far, we saw 4 deer, grouse, and a black squirrel. So the Black Forest Trail is not disappointing with the wildlife. Love it. Absolutely love it. And a little green tunnel here out of the direct sun. Really nice in this area. Nice flat spot through the woods. If you had to, you can make a camping area around here somewhere. I was telling some friends I was doing this, and they're like, what are you taking for a weapon? Are you taking a gun? Are you taking a machete? A taser? Pepper spray? What are you taking? I said, well, I got a little neck knife to cut my food with, and that's about it. The misconception out here is it's like the Wild West. And it's not so much the wildlife you gotta worry about. And the problems are usually right around the trailheads where people can easily get in and out. And that's where usually where your vandalism is, and you're gonna see the most people. But even that's rare. Just absolutely beautiful in here. Pretty thick too. Some more ferns. That's where we're coming from. But as you can see, it's going up, which is to be expected. Looking at the mountains around me, from what I could see, we're pretty close to the top. Past 2 more backpackers. That's 7 I've seen so far. They were going the opposite direction. So they must be finishing up their day. Finishing up their hike today. Kind of what I suspected. If they went clockwise, I'm going counterclockwise. I think every trail I've done that's a loop, I've always gone counterclockwise. I don't know why. I guess I'm just coming to the fork in the road, always take the right. I guess, I don't know. Definitely got to look behind you once in a while, because sometimes it's a different trail, hiking it in the opposite direction. Oh, got a nice campsite up here. It is only 11:15, so too early to stop. Cool little area though. Pretty rocky for tents though. Kind of thinking I should oh, looks like there's a spring. Looks pretty stagnant. Not too bad. Could be filtered. I'll wait. Now, I did stop and get some water there. I wasn't going to, but I topped off and cameled up because my maps aren't really good for this trail. So, I don't want to pass up any opportunity that presents itself. So, I got a 1.5 liters of water and drank a bunch. And it was nice to take the pack off and dry off a little bit. It's a little gecko jumped off of a branch. That was pretty wild. But yeah, back on trail. My water filter, I haven't used it probably in 1.5 to 2 years. I know once I got off trail, I did run some water through it just so it wouldn't dry out, and I haven't touched it since. So needless to say, it was running pretty slow. So I back flushed it. It seems to be working much better. Using a Sawyer squeeze, by the way. I sometimes, when I'm up in the mountains like this, don't filter the water. But that was a pool and it wasn't running too much, so better safe than sorry. I want to get taken out real early. And I don't know what bit me in my leg. It didn't swell up, but it sure is painful. I don't feel anything there, like a sting or anything. I didn't see any bees, no spiders, no stinging nettle, nothing. Nothing was around. So I don't know if it was a little sweat bee or I don't know what it was, but something was gnawing on me. Hopefully it doesn't turn into something. I usually am an attractant for stuff like that. We'll see. All right. Let me see if I can make up some time on this flat spot. Hey now. I don't want to jinx myself, but it's been relatively flat and easy cruising here. And the wind's picking up. Just a beautiful day out here. I did pass 2 more hikers, so that's a total of 9 so far. But they're all going the other way. So hopefully I can find a nice quiet spot tonight by some water and have a nice relaxing evening in the woods. Double blaze, I guess we're turning. So far it's been marked pretty good. I've been surprised because the section that I had hiked, like I said, I got turned around, but that's not too hard for me. My mind gets to wandering and start enjoying the beauty, and I'm not paying attention. Oh look, a squirrel. Before you know it, I'm off trail. But it happens. No biggie. Really beautiful, dense forest. So far, I am loving this trail. I was gonna play a little music while I was walking. There's something in this brush there, jumping around. But I forgot to get reception and put the setting on offline music listening on Spotify. So just enjoying the sounds of nature, which is totally fine. I just wanted a little music for some of the inclines. Give it a little extra push, you know. Help out with the motivation factor. Before I left, I grabbed my jacket. I have a Torrid Enlightened Equipment jacket. I grabbed that before I left, thinking, you know what, it might get a little cooler than I thought. So I was packing up the truck, I was like, man, it's cold out here. I should say cool, not cold. So other than that, I have my 40 bag, not bag, top quilt. I have my alpaca liner, and I have an R1 fleece top, and then I have a Cooey super lightweight thin hoodie. So if I need to, I'll just start layering everything, and we should be plenty warm enough. We'll find out. Gets that cold, we'll just get up in the middle of the night and do some jumping jacks and warm the heck up. It is 25 to 12, and I think we've covered close to 4 miles. The way the signage reads, I'm sure it's more than 4 miles, but from the parking lot to where I am right now, I know it's more than 4 miles, but just strictly on the trail, thinking it's got to be around 4. Need to pick up the pace a little bit. This trail has a lot of vistas, so I'm sure we'll be spending some time at those. Alright, if we see something cool, we'll let you know. But right now, it's just a nice walk in the woods. You could hear a pin drop out here. It's so quiet. Starting to get a little bit more technical. This is the Pennsylvania I know. What we got over here? Got a little overlook here. Uh-oh. It looks like we got a nice little vista. Let's go look at the vista. Mista? Absolutely gorgeous. I like them apples. Beautiful out here. Oh wow, the trail goes this way. Wow. You can see the orange blaze on that tree down there. It goes down through the woods. One more last look. That is incredible. Pretty cool. Hey now, just coming down the trail, just came down this nice little pine opening back here and walked down the trail, and it comes to a direct V and then switches back, but looky here. Nice. Very nice. I think I'm gonna stop right here since this stone presents itself as a nice little bench. Got a nice little view. I'm gonna have a little lunch, get something to drink, and see if I can get 6 more miles in. So talk to you in a bit. Hey now, got a big climb here. Came down off that mountain where that view was. Walked along a creek until we hit a logging road. Took that logging road for a ways, and then it cut up into the woods straight up the mountain. So it's too early to stop down there to camp, so I'm sending it. So I got about 2 liters of water. Not quite. So if I decide to camp up here on the ridge, I'll camp up here on the ridge if there's place to camp. Otherwise, we got to go a ways. And then it's by a road, so hopefully it's not full of people. So we'll see. Well, it was too early to stop hiking. For the first time, I brought a hammock chair. Super lightweight, super convenient. Just need 2 trees. So I sat on a rock for lunch. Tonight I'm looking forward to sitting in that chair before I crawl in my tent. So let me make up this hill, and there should be a view spot up here. Let me go suck some air for a while. Hey now, just ran into another couple heading clockwise. Past them, they're going the other way. That makes 11 now. I haven't run up on anybody or had anybody catch me from behind. So maybe everybody that's out here is going clockwise. I don't know. But I've been walking for a while now. I still haven't found this overlook. Hopefully it's coming up soon. I'm sorry. Gotta get used to this phone. It's a new phone since when I was on the AT. I had that one dialed in. This one's a little bit different. Just trying to get used to it. So sorry if I'm cutting out certain things, but oh, looks like a campsite up here. fire ring, got some flat spots, definitely spots for hammocks. This would be a good place to stay had it not be still too early. Yeah, that's a nice area. It's another one that didn't show up on the map. All right, let's get her done. We've made it. Check it out. They don't show it, but little campsite here, they even have some wood to burn. And not very tent friendly there. Could lay in on a cowboy camp. But with all the dew with the cold weather tonight, and humidity's still up a little bit, I would like to be in a tent if possible, but not mandatory. So we'll just keep going, it's still early. Got another view coming up pretty soon. And then there's a third view, and then I think it drops down. So we'll see. Beautiful trail. I will be doing this one again. I've done the old Loggers Path twice. I've done Loyal Sock twice. Can't do this one just once. All right, I'm gonna put her away and see what we can find. Trail's right there. Home sweet home. My tent's going right here. Whew. That was a day. 3-hour drive and then 14.25 miles, I think it is. So there's a little stream. It's a little stagnant, so I'm gonna have to filter it. Yeah, I'm gonna set up camp, cook some dinner, find a tree to hang my bear bag in. There's a lot of pine here, so might be a little difficult, but we'll find something. All right, talk to you in a bit. Now, finally waiting on dinner. Let me take you around camp here just to show you what I got going on. All right, got my tent over there. Had a little explosion right here. Got my batteries out, filtered some water. I just hydrated my food, waiting for that to get ready to eat. And over there, you can see the line coming down from my bear bag. And then the creek is over there. Water's a little stagnant, but it's filterable. I think it's gonna be a really nice campsite. I crossed 44. Saw some four-wheelers and some side-by-sides, and we're right at the Potter County line, Lycoming and Potter. Walked back a lane. There was 3 hunting camps back there, and then the road ended at a camp, and then the trail continued. So I walked in about 2 or 3 tents, and there's this camping area. So there's a sign down there. I'll have to walk down there and see what that is. So anyway, it is 5:15. I am going to eat my dinner, hang my bag, blow up my mattress, brush my teeth, do all the camp chores, take my shoes off. I brought a little cork ball to try to work my feet loose with plantar fasciitis. They're sore. But all in all, a good day. 14.25 miles. Tomorrow we're going to get up as early as possible and get at it, because I want to get some miles in tomorrow and then finish on Tuesday. So hope you guys had a great day. I'll catch up with you at some point in the morning. If something should happen tonight, putting stuff away, or it's worth showing you, I'll show you. But I'm basically gonna just eat, clean up, and lay down in my domain and relax. All right, everybody. Talk to you in the morning. Have a good night. Hey now. I think I might have misspoke early. Today is the 31st, not the 30th. For some reason, I thought it was the 30th. Now I'm second guessing myself again. It's the 31st. So, August 31st, 2025. Got my bear bag hung. Got my food in me. Got my phone charged. Got a checkpoint sent in through the GPS. Pretty much I just massaged my feet. Now I'm going to go sit in the hammock chair for a little bit and maybe get a fire going and then call it a night. But other than that, I will catch up with you in the morning. Have a fantastic night. I'm back. I'm sitting here in my hammock chair. Sit back, and I know I looked, but I must not have seen it or noticed it. But there's my tent. This tree. Deader than hell. I'm not moving it. It's not supposed to be windy, as far as I know. That's what not to do, folks. Make sure you check your area good. I hope to see you in the morning. Peace out.